The Earth is about to enter a 30-year mini ice age as the sun hibernates. This is what a scientist is warning of. The Earth could see temperatures drop, resulting in food shortages on a global scale. This by Steve McCalmy on Collective Spark. The scientists warning that the Earth could be facing a mini ice age due to the sun radiating less energy and heat towards our planet. According to an expert, this would mean that the planet would be plunged into a period of extreme winter and, of course, chilly cold storms during the next 30 years. According to NASA, the sun will reach its lowest activity in over 2 centuries this year, 2020, as a result of it going into a natural period of what they say is hibernation. And Earth could see temperatures drop, which would result in food shortages worldwide. The temperature could also drop as much as 1 degree Celsius over a period of roughly 12 months, an incremental yet significant change in climate conditions that could have unpredictable results. Professor at Northumbria University Department of Mathematics, Physics and Electrical Engineering, Valentina Zarkova, said that the period will be an expanded version of the solar minimums that naturally occur every 11 years. But rather than lasting only a few years, this grand solar minimum could last up for 33 years. The professor who published this multi-scientific paper on the subject said, "The sun is approaching a hibernation period. Less sunspots will be formed on the solar surface, and thus less energy and radiation will be emitted towards the planets and our planet Earth. The reduction in temperature will result in cold weathers on Earth, wet and cold summers, cold and wet winters. We'll possibly get big frosts, as this is happening now in Canada, where they are seeing temperatures of minus 50 degrees Celsius. That's minus 122 Fahrenheit. That's only the start of grand solar minimum. There's more to come in the next 33 years. So this is a tremendously terrible cold freezing temperature in Canada. 122 minus in Fahrenheit. That's minus 50 Celsius. That's just terrible. Now, this is only the start of it. The last grand solar minimum known to have occurred was the Maunder minimum. That lasted from 1645 to 1715. During that frigid 70-year period, the temperatures dropped across the globe, and famous waterways in Europe, including the River Thames that runs through London and the Amsterdam canals, completely froze over. Zarakova said, "We can only hope that the mini ice age will not be as severe as it was during the Maunder minimum. This would dramatically affect the food harvests in middle latitudes because the vegetables and fruits will not have enough time, of course, to be harvested. So it could lead to a food deficit for people and animals, as we see in the past couple of years when we had snow in Spain and Greece in April and May, demolishing their vegetable fields, and the UK had a deficit of broccoli and other fruits and vegetables. Well, we also we saw that recently in the United States. The tremendous snow, even the animals were stuck in the snow, the poor things, and tremendous floods after that. Harvests, of course, were delayed. The planting was delayed. The topsoil was run off from the floods. The planting was delayed, and harvests were almost nothing. So you can understand how terrible this is. Now, other experts believe that the cold period that occurred during the Maunder minimum was also triggered by other factors, including the gigantic plumes of volcanic ash that was spewed out in a series of volcanic eruptions. Also, experts believe that climate change will ensure that the world remains in the grip of fast heating planetary conditions, regardless of any grand solar minimums, they say. Now, Professor Matthew Owens, the solar scientist at Reading University, said the small reduction in the sun's energy associated with the solar minimum is vastly offset by the effects caused by human activities, such as the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere warming the planet's temperatures. He said there thus will probably be no detectable effect on global climate. This is by Elias Creative Commons, The Mind Unleashed, and it's on Collective Spark. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.